Well, just for the 5-minute public comment.
Did they do those first?
Yes. Yes. Hey, good evening, everybody. We're walking into Englewood, and we're about to be greeted by the friendliest allied universal guy that exists on the planet. His name is Dwight. Dwight, how you doing? Good to see you.
Yeah, I started
Okay.
to it up.
So, one of the things I wanted to see beforehand was, if you remember last time I was here, I asked Mr. Facility Manager guy, I can't remember his name, my apologies, he's a nice guy, if we could get some furniture out here so people could sit. And he told me he's gonna check into that. Well, that worked out real good. So I wonder what the reason for there being not a single place to sit is out here. Oh, that's right. We don't want homeless people sitting in it. Hi, is the sign-up sheet over there? Can I have that possibly before going through security? I would need a pen, please. Thank you. Thank you. No problem. So we have 2 people signed up. I guess I can handle this. So there's 3 people signed up for 5-minute public comment. I better write my name good and legible for the mayor. How's that? Does that work? That works. I'll be number 3 for the 3-minute public comment. Thank you. I appreciate that. But we're gonna go out here and have a seat first. They're in there in their study session. Oh, we got another camera over there. That's cool. I like cameras. Cameras are awesome. Especially when the government has them and nobody else does. That's when they're really super awesome. Okay, let's go sit down out here for a little while. We'll just go in this room over here where there's some chairs. Any bets on it being locked? Hi, Sean. There's nowhere to sit out here. Is that room unlocked?
No, it's not.
It's not. I would just like a chair. I see a chair right there in that room. Can I just grab this chair right here?
Yeah, let me get it because they get all bent up.
It's just right there, Dwight. Thank you very much.
You
Thanks,
know I
Sean. I
got you.
appreciate that. So, we wouldn't want the public to sit down anywhere. Up against this wall would be great. I'll drag it over there. Thanks, Dwight. I appreciate it.
Good to see you.
You as well. All right, let's sit down right here. We'll be going in there in a little while when I feel like going through security. Sean, that was Sean, the city manager. He's setting off the metal detector. All right. So the meeting starts at 7 o'clock. Let's talk about today's adventures. I suspect there won't be a lot of people in this stream at the moment. And it's prime time hour, and this will be the world's most boring stream. Of course, you never know, right? One never knows. How is everybody? David, hey, I'm sorry I worried everybody today. I did pin a comment in there. So the stream buffered, and Jesse's with us tonight. There he is. And nothing bad has happened today. So that's good. Troll auditing the trolls. Hey, how are you? Thanks for being in here. I had blocked Troll auditing the trolls. Or somebody did. Maybe it wasn't me, but I unblocked him. He did a nice little segment on some bullshit, and he did a great job with it. So, hey, thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. So go check out his channel. If you haven't subbed to him, go sub. He's a troll auditing the trolls. Hey, Aurora. Thanks for being in here. Awesome. We got other mods in here. Irish, our favorite roving Irishman, is in here. Note, how you doing? Bokomo, my favorite mods are in the house. All of you. You're all my favorites. Snarky user. Yeah, somebody's in there playing the piano. So, Cowboys Nation, first timer, just subbed. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that sub. Thanks for being in. Lou, how are you? How is Lou Skunt? Boy, did I let Anastasia have it today. So, my live stream from today abruptly ended because it was buffering. I've got a new phone. I'm not totally happy with, and I think I typically don't buffer over there, except there's a lot of power lines through there and light rails through there. So, what am I going to speak about tonight? Well, it's going to be off the cuff. We're just going to address government's failures. That's all I'm really good for. And I should have dressed up. I typically try to take a little more pride in showing some respect when I step up to a microphone, but you know, I just don't have it anymore. And I spent the whole day, well, not the whole day, but the better part of the afternoon trying to locate people from that sweep where Anastasia, and her new name is Stacy, because she tells me that I'm not pronouncing her name right, except she wouldn't give me the correct pronunciation. So I just told her, you know, well, the way you pronounce your name is stupid bitch. We'll just go with that. But then I started toning it down a little and started calling her Stacy. So Stacy was busy taking orders from Ralph, the trash man. I don't know if you watched the end of that live, but I started to walk away from them, and Ralph decided to start running his mouth. So we went back and put the camera on Ralph and let Ralph run his mouth for a little bit. Lenny, is Lenny in the house? Keeper of the list. Hey, good to see you. Yeah, Lenny's got a new name for her. I'm a gobbler. So they towed 4 campers, lickety split. I mean, they were on the ball. Her and Sanchez and some other, I'm assuming was a sergeant. I don't know. I caught some video of some that people took, and O'Neill wasn't out there. So I think he's either been replaced or promoted, I suspect. I don't know. So they felt the need to get all their tow trucks lined up like little ducks in a row. They towed off 3 campers that I heard had warrants, but I never got to see those warrants. And then they decided to just go ahead and steal a single woman's pop-up camper. Just took it, left them all standing there, no services, and went further down the road, and that's where I started my live stream, because I was told one of the women that needed her phone and her stuff out of her camper was headed down that way to try to get to a phone. Never found her, was never able to find her. So that's a very sad, it's all very, very sad and very difficult to deal with. And then over here in Englewood, we now have no connectivity with Shelley. Her and Gino have split. They went into hiding. So, gee, I wonder why. And for those of you that watched the last live stream where I was over at the police department, there was a camper over there.
That almost broke the door. What's that? That almost broke the door.
So there's the mayor. He's getting recalled. Their study session must be over. They must be getting ready to start the regular meeting. Yeah, they have a regular theft ring going, no doubt about it. So I'm trying to dive into getting some answers from the Denver Sheriff's Department on their impound processes. And lo and behold, we're in 2 weeks of a circle jerk on getting public information that tells the public how to retrieve property, not retrieve, how to essentially pay government for property that they've stolen. So they're not being very forthcoming with me on their policies and procedures on disposal and auctioning. There are a lot of RVs sitting in impound right now, packed full of people's lives. And it is going to be probably the single issue that I focus on to understand why government gets to seize property and then not tell the public what they're doing with it. So that's a big, big issue brewing right now. And it's going to take some focus and attention, and I could use some help on that. If anybody's interested in helping me on that, please email me, and I can explain some things to you, and you can help try to get records as well. Because if we have an opportunity to buy back their belongings, which we're supposed to, I want it. Yeah, Aurora, thank you for pointing out that when your agenda seems to fit your MO for how you need government force, don't be too surprised when it lands at your house. So for those of you sitting back going, you know, all these worthless homeless people, they don't deserve to survive. They shouldn't live on public property. It's affecting my property value, and it doesn't look good, and blah, blah, blah. Wait, stick with that attitude and see how that's gonna work out for you. I mean, for those of you already so dependent on code enforcement, I mean, don't let your grass grow too long before they try to seize your home. So I'm just kind of checking this out. So I'm just going to kind of give some off-the-cuff comment on the failures here in Englewood and point out the process that failed Shelley and Gino, and has failed many others, okay? I'm just doing it for the record. And to remind people that when their government agenda doesn't work for them, are you going to keep demanding more government to fix it? So, yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. No drog. Regan speaks truth and stands for people who can't. Keep up the hard work. You're an angel. Thank you. I'm not really an angel, but more of a pretty vocal, polarizing individual. Yeah, I did get a little sunburnt out there. It got hot super fast, and I didn't put on sunscreen. Shame on me. But I am drinking plenty of water, so I'm good that way. So I just need to make sure I don't induce a kidney stone attack. As much as everyone would like to see that and have me feel the pain, come a little closer. Give me your hand. I'll let you know how it feels. Yeah, Joy, vitamin D. Thank you very much. Rosie Things, I am an activist. I am a loudmouth activist, indeed. All right, well, let's head on in here. I don't know, it's what, 5 to 7? I really don't want to. Oh, imagine that. It's a fire alarm. How's this gonna go? They're kind of on that guy's case over there. I wonder what's going on. Are these new alarms in the bathrooms? Remember, they had talked about these alarms in the bathrooms? Yeah, these are those new bathroom alarms.
So what is that? It just works to the bathroom?
Yeah. There's some kind of chemical reaction when it goes off like that. It's either drugs, it could be cologne.
Could be anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sean filled us in on how these alarms work. So if you've got, they're super sensitive. They're going off a lot, aren't they? So that guy didn't do anything, right? He used the bathroom? Or, well, you went in there and checked it out, right? It wasn't on fire. Well, Dwight went in there. You'll know the smell. Does it shut off?
Yes, shuts off automatically.
Does it? Huh, interesting. Well,
You have a nice day, sir. God bless
that's just my water.
Yeah.
So here's my purse.
Perfect.
Here's a parking ticket if you'd like to pay it.
Good.
Are you gonna pass on that? Are you fine with that?
Yeah, throw your stuff.
Do you need me to take anything else out?
No, you're good.
Okay.
Yeah, put your phone
Oh,
down, that's probably gonna
sorry.
slow it down. Just set it off, I mean, sorry.
Thank you.
There you go, yep. You're gonna go through, sir. Yeah, thank you. Of course.
So he's been running the security fairly well. Good evening. I'm all right. How are you? Who's this camera person? Do we know?
Who?
That camera was here way earlier.
You know, Stephanie,
Sorry.
our city clerk is getting an award tonight. Sorry, excuse me. So,
For what?
I don't remember.
Awards. It's all about awards.
Yeah.
Our government loves awards. Say that again. Right. Good stuff. It's a lot of work.
Well, and you know,
What now? Yeah, but it's got to be on a legitimate technicality. Who gets to make the determination on it?
announce it. Talking to Harry's board. And he needs to look into that and just.
Really? See, I don't know that process of it, but I thought it had to be on actual process.
And the thing is, you know, they have so many. People within the city that are trying to. Yeah, they're on. Yes, those are. This is one time we're actually standing up.
Wow.
If you want
Good
a good
evening.
shot, you want to be up front when I go up.
I'm going to be up front. I'll be up front the whole
You
time.
get a good picture.
Hi there.
of
Okay.
the sign.
All right, I will. I will.
Oh, thank you for your
How are
speech
you?
last week. Last meeting. It made me look not like I was saying what I was saying.
No, and I understand why you're saying what you're saying.
Oh, no, I've
And
said it really more harshly before, but you did it in a way that made it sound important. And I have told them, I don't know how many times, you guys, we're the boss.
yeah,
We're the boss.
Yes.
We're at the head of everything.
you're right.
Look at the organizational chart. Do you know they tried to remove the organizational chart after I said that 2 years ago?
Seriously.
Yeah. And
The attempts.
you look into what they're doing with Tri-Cities. There's so much
Oh, I'm
fluidity
looking.
there and laundering money back and forth. They had a big website for Tri-Cities Homeless
Yep.
Initiative, but that doesn't have an IGA. It's not official. It's not legal. And they had a big thing about change the trend on that website. Well, I complained about it and said, this is inaccurate, and what's this all about? And
Did they produce an IGA ever?
yes, there is one for the Tri-Cities Homeless Policy Group. So they took everything on the website for the homeless initiative, Tri-Cities Homeless Initiative, moved it to and changed it dramatically and changed the trend out and moved it to the homeless policy. It took me 5 times to find an IGA.
Well, to what I have to say tonight is going to solidify some more of that because those dollars are still being wasted.
Oh, well, what about that glossy postcard that said 23,000 people?
Yeah, I'd like to
And I
see
go,
that.
we've only got 26,000 registered voters. We've only
Right.
got 8,000 that are, and we only have, there's never been more than 300 people at any meeting.
It's fascinating. All right, well, we're going to go up front here. To the flag, United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, with liberty and justice for all. Yeah.
Thank you, City Clerk, if you could take roll call.
Yes, good evening, Councilmember Anderson.
Present.
Member
So we got
Nikian,
the
Member Russell.
city attorney, city manager, deputy city manager.
Member Wink. Member Woodward.
Present.
Mayor Sierra.
Present.
One absent is Councilmember Wink.
Thank you. Moving on to agenda item 5A, minutes of the regular city council meeting on June 5th. Any changes to the minutes? Seeing none, can I get a motion to approve 5A? I move to approve 5A. Thank you, Member Russell. Can I get a second? I'll second that. Thank you, Member Woodward. Will you please vote?
Member Anderson.
Aye.
Member Nikian. Aye. Member Russell.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Ward.
Aye.
Member Woodward.
Aye.
Mayor Sierra.
Aye.
Let the record show 6 ayes.
Thank you. Moving on to agenda item 6, we have several appointments, communication proclamations, and recognition. Up first is the recognition of the National Association of Government Communicator Award.
Awards, awards, awards.
$1,000 for the Floyd Forward campaign. And just a few words regarding the award. The
Check out my phone case.
Works, Utilities, and Southland Renew were recognized with the Award of Excellence by the National Association of Government Communicators for the city's public engagement campaign, Going Forward. This association is dedicated to advocating, promoting, and recognizing excellence in government communication, providing professional development.
Check out my other phone case.
To share and communicate best practices in communication. The Flowing Forward campaign was and remains focused on communicating improvements to Englewood's 3 utilities: water, stormwater, and wastewater. Explaining these complex systems in ways that average citizens can understand while providing context to recent rate increases and major upgrades to our underground infrastructure. Congratulations to our Communications, Public Works, and Utilities Department and Southland Renew on this honor. And I believe our Director of Communications, Ms. Harkett, will come up and take a picture with me in recognition of the award. Thank you, Director.
Oh, pictures. Oh, how fun. Oh, yes. A picture with the mayor. Oh. Hold your applause, please. Hold your applause. Hold your applause. That's disruptive.
All right, we're moving on to the recognition of Stephanie Carlisle for service as president of the Colorado Clerks Association. Stephanie Carlisle was elected as the president of the Colorado Municipal Clerks Association on October 22nd, 2022 at the organization's annual conference in Canyon City. Over the years, municipal clerks have become key positions in local government, serving as a direct link between the residents of a community and their government. As president, Stephanie has had several achievements, including continuing to build professional development and educational opportunities provided to members, engaging with and communicating to all members of the organization through weekly newsletters,
I like that award, Ryan. I like that.
and planning for the 2023 annual conference in the Institute for New Clerks. Stephanie has a long history of commitment to her profession, the city, and to the Colorado Municipal Clerks Association, and was recognized with an award for outstanding contribution to the organization in 2020. Thank you, Stephanie, for your commitment to the city of Englewood and to the municipal clerks profession. And Stephanie, I'm not sure where you went, but there you are.
Yes, waste some more time. Take some pictures. Everybody applaud 10 times. Yes, Stephanie's a good clerk, but sorry, awards for doing your job are stupid. Deputy City Manager, hold your applause. Hold your applause.
All right, we're moving on to 6C, which is Park and Recreation Month Proclamation. Yes.
I did want to notate that Councilmember Week is online.
Oh, look, Cheryl Wink finally showed up to a city council meeting.
Moving on to 6C, which is the Parks and Rec Month Proclamation. Whereas since 1985, people in the United States have celebrated Park and Recreation Month in July to promote
Raymond,
strong
that's
vibrant and
awesome.
resilient communities. Whereas parks and recreation programs are vitally important to establishing and maintaining the quality of life in our community, ensuring the health of community members, and contributing to the economic and environmental well-being of the city of Englewood and our region. Whereas the City of Englewood Parks and Recreation Department launched in 1949 when a group of interested community members organized a citizen recreational council and began providing basic recreational activities to the community. Whereas 85% of Englewood residents reported using the city's parks and 80% reported using the city's recreation centers as part of the development of the Parks and Rec Master Plan. Whereas the City of Englewood has a strong history of supporting parks and currently maintains 17 program parks with facilities including athletic fields, off-leash dog areas, open space, pavilions, playgrounds, a skate park, and tennis and pickleball courts. Whereas the City of Englewood has a strong history of supporting recreational programs and proudly maintains and manages the Englewood Recreation Center, the Malley Recreation Center, Broken Sea Golf Course, and Pirates Cove Water Park, as well as outdoor recreational programs such as the Farm to Train program. Now therefore be it proclaimed that I, Daniel Sierra, Mayor for the City of Englewood, and the City Council hereby proclaim July as Park and Rec Month in the City of Englewood, and urge all residents to enjoy our many beautiful parks and recreational facilities. Moving on to Liberty Day Proclamation.
What would we do without the government giving us parks and golf courses? Oh my God, we would die.
The proclamation reads, whereas in early 1770s, more and more colonists became convinced that the Parliament of Great Britain intended to take away their freedom and saw a pattern of increased oppression and corruption around the world. Excuse me. Whereas Great Britain began to prepare for war in early 1775, with the first fighting in April 1775 in Massachusetts. In August 1775, the king declared the colonists in a state of open and avowed rebellion, and colonists began to seriously consider independence. And whereas colonists elected delegates to attend a continental congress, which adopted
No,
strict rules
keeper
to
of the list.
protect the cause of
Come on
American
now.
liberty and their own lives. And whereas on June 7, 1776, Richard Henry Lee introduced a resolution that these united colonies are and of right out to be free and independent states, and appointed a committee of 5 to
Raymond,
write
you're
an
tearing it up.
explaining the reasons for independence. And whereas Thomas Jefferson began writing the Declaration of Independence, borrowing from existing documents such as the Virginia Declaration.
They're talking
of Rights,
about
he hoped
July
that his words
4th.
served as an expression of the American mind. And whereas less than 3 weeks after Thomas Jefferson began writing, he presented his draft to the Continental Congress. On July 2nd, 1776, the Continental Congress voted in favor of declaring independence. And whereas 2 days later, on July 4, 1776, the Continental Congress voted to ratify the text of the Declaration, and John Dunlap, official printer to the Continental Congress, worked throughout the night to set the Declaration in type and printed approximately 200 copies. And whereas July 4th has been recognized as Independence Day, a federal holiday since 1941, and Americans often celebrate their independence and freedoms on this day through festivities, including fireworks, parades, concerts, and family gatherings. And now therefore we proclaim that I, Daniel Sierra, Mayor for the City of Englewood, and the City Council, hereby proclaim July 4, 2023 as Liberty Day, Independence Day, and encourage all citizens of Englewood to celebrate the independence of our nation and the freedom of
Independence.
individuals.
Yeah, you betcha.
And moving on to the last proclamation, the resolution appointing members to various boards and commissions and committees. I guess for this, I think we just need I guess, are there any changes that we want to make to the resolution that we're appointing members tonight? Go ahead, Member Woodward.
Yes, I'd like to add Mr. Mitchell Waldman to the Englewood Election Commission. In addition, he's already on here for the Melly Civic Trust Fund. So I would move that.
Second.
Thank you, Member Woodward. Thank you, Member Anderson. Anything else from members of the council?
Yeah, thank you, Bokomo. Any links you have on that would be great.
Seeing none,
There you go. Thank you.
vote on the change? Yeah.
Hey, Amanda.
Can we please vote on the change?
Member Anderson.
Aye.
Member Nanningham. Member Russell.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Moore.
Aye.
Member Wink.
Aye.
Member Woodward.
Aye.
Mayor Sierra.
Aye.
Let the record show 7 ayes.
Thank you very much, everyone. Moving on now to agenda item 7. This is
So,
resolution of scheduled public
the-
comments.
A recall effort is underway, except now they've filed a
We do have to vote on the motion. Can we vote on the motion as amended?
challenge to Chelsea Noonenkamp's recall. There's a hearing on it on Friday. They continue to work on Anderson, Sierra,
Any
and
further
Wink.
comments? Seeing none, can we please vote?
Member Anderson.
Aye.
Member Nanningham. Member Russell.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Moore.
Aye.
Member Wink.
Aye.
Member Woodward.
Aye.
Mayor Sierra.
Aye.
Let the record show 7 ayes.
Thank you. Now we're moving on to agenda item 7. This is the recognition of scheduled public comment. The deadline to sign up to speak for scheduled public comment is Wednesday by 5 p.m. prior to the meeting through the city clerk's office. This is an opportunity for the public to address city council.
Isn't that cool how Cheryl Wink can show up and then she disappears?
Council may ask questions or clarification, but there will not be any dialogue. And
She gets to attend her meetings online. Or not.
Reply to scheduled public comment. And up first is Ms. Kathleen Bailey, an Englewood resident here to address council.
I'm sorry, she notified us that she would not be here.
Thank you so much, City Clerk. Moving on to the second speaker, Mr. Gary Kozak, an Englewood resident here to address council regarding the referendum. Good evening, Mr. Kozak. Will you please state your name and your address or cross streets?
Gary Kozak, Englewood, Colorado, forever.
I'm sorry, Mr. Kozak, your microphone's on.
Go ahead, Mr. Kozak.
Englewood, Colorado, Gary Kozak, born and raised here my entire life.
Mr. Kozak, did you want to provide your cross streets or your address?
Look how much time they're wasting
Thank you, Mr. Kozak.
of his
I do
time.
have to apologize, I'm going in for throat surgery tomorrow morning, so if I don't make it quite as clear, I apologize to everybody. The city council members, I've heard some comments back from people that the pictures and all that I showed and stuff, that they kind of took it lightly. So I have something to return to the city of Englewood.
We love Gary.
Yes, that's the sign on our bike lane right in front of my house. This isn't the only time it gets run over, but a few weeks back, it got clobbered. And the guy destroyed his truck. Yes, the police can went ahead and signed him a ticket. Okay, that'll get to replace the sign. I wouldn't have even brought it here, but it ended up in my yard, and I thought I could make a point. That how dangerous this is becoming over there. Okay, yes, the kid won't pay for it, but what if it was a child or a human being? What kind of price are you gonna put on that? This is a little island over there that people walk onto to wait to cross Oxford. We don't have a designated crossing lane anywhere near the recreation center. It's all the way up at the bottom of the hill for the school. Negligence. The city council missed the opportunity to have the developer for the traffic, the new developer there, to pay for a traffic study. That should have been done, yeah, but now it's gonna cost the city of Englewood residents and stuff, the cost of having a traffic study. We use Cora to come in and get the information from the city, and there is no formal traffic study. The study that you guys have seen was produced by the developer himself. And just saying in there, it was just a format, if this is our traffic, how many vehicles we have here, and how much would influence the traffic. It was not a formal traffic study. The problem you're gonna face now, because I have presented this several times, is a possible negligence if you do not have a traffic study. Because you've been brought to the attention that there's a major issue there. I'm not talking about the development, I'm talking about infrastructure. You need an all-around traffic study. And you got another part being built, it's almost ready to open, and then you got one right across the street here with another 309, and lo and behold, they're gonna use that wind here to get up there. Now, as far as the petition and stuff, I wanna thank all the people that helped us in going out and circulating to get signatures. This is a petition, and an attempt to show how many concerned citizens, even who are not on the voter rolls, and non-residents that go to the Englewood Recreation Center, many of them would have loved to sign because of the traffic problems that they face coming to visit Englewood. About 2/3 of the people I talked with were visitors coming in to use our center. Oh, and by the way, the P&Z, in our Cora study, there's been several meetings that, oh my gosh, the recorder didn't work. The one that I tried to find out about medical how to represent it. The referendum I got to present, my last point here, is when I applied for that referendum, it stated traffic study, air quality, noise, and then there was a sideline at the end that should be an additional consideration of the possible pollution from what we had heard of diesel tank and who had it in that leak. That's what the petition was all about. I've been accused, I've been subpoenaed in for Friday, right here, and they're telling me that I lied to the public.
Mr. Kozak, your 5 minutes are
So they filed a protest on Noonan camps, and they're gonna have a hearing.
Mr. Kozak, just a quick question. So are you saying that there wasn't a traffic study done as part of the PUD, or?
There was never an official traffic study done by the city. It was done by the organization, the developers themselves. We got the form results of it, and yes, you guys were presented as a traffic study. That was not a study where they counted the number of vehicles and stuff, okay? That was a study showing them telling you how that will affect the traffic, coming from their point of view.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kozak. Member Nick.
Thank you. Mr. Kozak, can you tell us, the location of where that sign is at?
Right in Oxford and Lopan.
Oxford and Logan.
And the fire hydrant's been hit several times, and the city of Englewood even worked with me by pushing snow across from the parking lot of the rec center to go ahead and make a pile of snow on that island because it would get run over. And what they did was went in and had stop signs put up.
Okay,
Other
thank you.
than this exception of this one here.
Thank you.
Look, Cheryl Wink is back at the meeting on her own monitor.
Seeing none, Mr. Kozak, thank you for your.
They have to give her whole TV screen for her.
Thank you, Mayor. Mr. Kozak, on your statements about the traffic study and the lack of legitimacy, if you don't mind, I'd like to ask our city manager, did we not conduct a traffic study that adhered to the law and that fulfilled the requirements of our city government? Did we or did we not? I just want to make sure I'm correct in what I'm thinking.
Actually, Member Wink, if we can, let's save that question until the very end as part of,
Oh, we wouldn't want the answer to that. Answer
It
it.
doesn't matter because the point is, I went Cora and we got all the information of what studies have and have not been
This
done.
mayor is
I
an
was on
idiot.
City council during the development of that very site, and I have a vested interest because I stood up for all the people when that intersection was supposed to be 16 feet deeper.
we will answer that question at the end of public response. So I appreciate your time today. Thank you very much for coming.
And thank you, I do have to thank the city, and make point to the city manager, that your staff has been very professional and upright in representing and answering our questions and stuff towards the petitions and or
Thank
this other stuff going on, so I want to make sure, appreciate you involved in all.
you for that, Mr. Kozak.
Yeah, good job. Right on.
Mr. Lewis? Good evening, Mr. Lewis. If you just state your name, your address, or cross street.
Chris Lewis. Bellevue and Broadway.
Go ahead, Mr. Lewis.
I'd like to play a little bit for you first. I muted the sound of this video for a reason, because I didn't want to get people in trouble. But all the city workers agree with what I have to say tonight. People that work in the city and retired, people that worked in the city for 15 years, they used to clean this out. When it had concrete in the bottom, and they were able to clean it. It took 6 weeks to clean this. We could have done it in 2 days, but it took 6 weeks. Actions speak louder than words. It took over 6 weeks to clean the grates and all the debris of the dry creek. The city approved Mile High Flood District to redesign the area through mill levies that are paid by property owners in the city. The design ended up with major flaws. Who approved this design? Because of the design, it's costing our citizens hard-earned money. The city also ripped out concrete that enabled access to clean out the debris. The city doesn't have the right equipment to maintain the grates. They used to have a big loader. What happened to it? You need to do better research before you approve engineering plans. I've built bridges, culverts, roads, buildings, all from the ground up. So I have a good amount of knowledge in these areas. I'm also a general contractor. I'm proficient in running and maintaining heavy equipment my whole life. So when I see issues in front of my very eyes, I can't hold back. I hate having to explain things to people that are supposed to watch over our city and neighborhoods. Thousands of cars drive by Little Dry Creek every day. People from all over the metro area look over at what is supposed to be a show point of our city. Our own citizens are ashamed of how the city maintains this project. I talk to city employees and retired employees. They all agree something is wrong with the overall management of the city. Why has the city cut back on its street department and employees? That's just one of the reasons this project can't be maintained properly. And our streets are a mess, our alleys are a mess. You can't blame Mile High Flood District for this disaster, but you approved it. You're lucky it didn't rain harder and faster. The water almost reached the top. It would have flooded lots of businesses. What emergency plan does the city have in place of this flood? Do you honestly think it was more important spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on Englewood logos than spending money on our infrastructure?
Mr. Lewis, thank you very much for your time tonight. Any questions from members of council? Go ahead, Member Russell.
Thank you. Thank you for the presentation. When did you take this video?
The pictures, I've been going down there for the last 6 weeks. The video part was like a few days ago, maybe 3 or 4 days ago.
Okay.
But I started on this project like six weeks ago, just kind of following to see what's going on with it.
Okay, thank you.
Seeing no further questions, Mr. Lewis, thank you for your time today.
Nice job, Chris. Nice job,
And
Chris.
that now concludes scheduled public comment. We're moving to unscheduled public comment. Same rules apply, which is limited to 3 minutes. We have about 6 speakers here tonight. Up first is Joseph DeSimone.
You think he's going to be able to pronounce my name?
Pronounce the last name, but here's something about parking.
I wrote it like a kindergartner.
Yes, good evening, and your last name?
Last name is DeSimone.
DeSimone, okay. Mr. Simone, if you just state your name, your address, or your cross streets.
I live on the 3300 block of South Lafayette Street here in Englewood.
Moist.
Go ahead, Mr. Simone.
My concern is right now, I was down at the meeting at Bellevue Park last week, and I was looking at all your charts and stuff. And what I saw about what you're going to do with Broadway, I think is kind of ridiculous. You're going to lose a lot of business. People are going to lose a lot of business because by putting in a medium, a bus lane and bike lane and taking all parking out, you're losing revenue. And as a resident, that I would go down there and go to a restaurant or whatever it is, and if I can't park in front of the restaurant that I'm in, where do I park? Where do I go? Do I have to walk 3 or 4 or 5 blocks in order to get to a restaurant or to a business? And with winter time, snow, stuff, what happens? Where do people park? And I don't think people that have the businesses along Broadway right now even know that they're gonna lose their parking. I don't think the plan is that great. I don't know, that's basically really all I have to say about it. It's just that I just think that it's kind of ridiculous what you're trying to do. And I don't think it's very well planned for parking. For people that wanna visit or frequent the businesses and restaurants. That's my concern.
Anything else, Mr. DeSimone?
The other concern that I have is that monstrosity that you're putting up there on where Bullock's mortuary used to be. I live right down the street from that. And we're gonna have nothing but traffic up the whatever. I mean, it's just gonna be, we have enough traffic coming down Lafayette Street now as it is. And then you turn around and put that apartment house or whatever that thing is on the corner. You can't see around the corner right now. I don't even know if they're gonna even put a traffic light up there or a stop sign. The stop sign doesn't do any good. They don't even, nobody abides by them. I'm in 4 houses with Floyd, and I can watch people on their bikes come flying down the street, and they go right through the stop sign. I'm just waiting for somebody to either hit or kill. That's, I'm concerned about some of these people. And I'm not a bike rider. I haven't been on a bike since I can. And that's been many years ago. So, but other than that, I just think that you need to kind of think about what you're going to do before you do it.
Mr. DeSimone, thank you very much for your time tonight. Your 3 minutes are up. Member Anderson does have a question for you. Go ahead.
Mr. DeSimone, my question is the Broadway, the issue you're talking about, is this from the Broadway corridor study that was held in the community room last week? Is that what the plan you're talking about?
What I saw was on the chart that you had at Bellevue Park last week.
Okay,
Okay, and it shows that they have the median in the bus lane, and then they're gonna take out the parking, put in a bike lane, and then, so when these people have to get on the bus, because the bus is gonna be in the lane closest to the median, they're gonna have to have crosswalks. That's gonna slow up traffic.
I'm just asking if you're talking about the Broadway corridor study.
I think so, I think that's.
Okay, I just want to make sure I got that right. Thank you, Mr. DeSimone.
Any further questions for Mr. DeSimone? Seeing none, Mr. Tissalone, thank you very much for your time tonight. We'll provide a response here once we're done getting through each of the speakers.
Okay, all right, thank you.
15 minutes. Thank you very much, Mr. Tissalone. Up next is Mr. Doug Feldman, here to speak about history. Good evening, Mr. Coe.
He's going to give us some history. I like his little historical talks.
3051 South Main Street. I want to talk about cities and towns and museums. We need a history museum here. Give me a little bit of a perspective. History museums tell the stories of the founders, of special people who made a difference, important events, and family stories. Adams County has 12 cities and towns in the county. It has 10 publicly owned history museums. Jefferson County has 17 cities and towns, and it has 17 publicly owned history museums. Arapahoe County has 14 cities and towns. I'll name them here: Aurora, Bennett, Byers, Centennial, Cherry Hills Village, Conway Valley, Deer Trail, Englewood, Foxville, Glendale, Greenwood Village, Littleton, Sheridan, and Scottsdale. 14 cities, we have 12 publicly owned history museums. Can you guess which two cities don't have one? I think it's time for Englewood to have a publicly owned history museum so that we can share our amazing history with the neighboring communities and with the world. Thank you.
Mr. Coe, thank you very much for your time tonight. Any questions? Seeing none, Mr. Coe, thank you for your time tonight. Up next is Reagan with no topic given.
You almost pronounced it right. It's Regan. R-E-G-A-N. I wrote it in very plain letters for you, Mayor. And don't ask me for my personal information. It's creepy. I'm not giving you my damn address. So, on the note of why I'm here tonight, it's really not an ask of City Council because I doubt you guys are really that concerned about how your city is responding to homelessness. But if you're going to do anything, I would ask you to help Mr. Lewis over here hold All Health accountable to the contract that you approved to the tune of $260,000 a year to do case management for homelessness in your city, because they're not doing it. I'm going to give you an example of a specific case. On May 23rd, I walked into your police department, as any person could do, and say, I'm homeless, I need help. I am a nonprofit that doesn't have access to a system that starts a housing process. Only the government can do that. And those associated and partnered with government can access that system. So I go into your police department on the 23rd of May. I talk to a case worker by the name of Allie with All Health, who says she's going to do some things. She ends up not doing those things. 4 weeks later, we're still trying to activate resources in Englewood through your Tri-Cities homelessness initiative that you all approve. You guys keep approving this stuff and none of you know how it's not working. You need to know how these things are not working. So now these homeless folks are back over in Denver because lo and behold, your code enforcement and cops were harassing the hell out of them because All Health failed to fulfill their contract to provide homeless case management. I've asked Mr. Lewis to address that situation. I don't know if he's feeling helpless in the situation. I don't know if he thinks Tri-City homelessness is gonna pick up the pieces, because now they're just starting to get involved, even though their services failed in your public library when we took the homeless woman to meet with a housing navigator. And I expect a lot of questions at the end of my public comment. And the housing navigator for Tri-Cities homelessness had nothing to offer her except the flyers on the wall. What are you doing over here in Englewood besides criminalizing the homeless? It's not working. And people, everyone in this room, if you think government is going to stop at this level of criminalization against the homeless, wait till it ends up at your front door because your agenda doesn't fit it anymore. I'm tired of people not coming together on the issue. I'm tired of government wasting money.
You're at your 3 minutes tonight. Thank you very much for your comments tonight. Member Russell does have a question for you.
Thank you for your presentation. So the homeless navigator that was in the library, were they from All Health Network?
No, they were not. Tri-Cities homeless. Your county effort.
Okay, and do they have operating hours in the library?
They have operating hours down there. They do. And we went during their operating hours.
Okay, thank you.
Ms. Regan, I have a question. What was the type of help that, the woman that you spoke of, what was it that she was looking for?
Well, that gets into what All Health would describe as HIPAA violations, okay? So they feel they don't have to communicate on case management. So the help these folks need is housing navigation. There are other complicating factors in there that All Health should have addressed immediately.
Thank you, Ms. Regan. I think you answered my question. Any further questions for members of the council? Seeing none, Ms. Regan, thank you for your time tonight. Up next is designated.
We're not done with this, Sean. We're not done.
Good evening. What, did I get the last name correct? Yeah, good evening. Benjamin Ben David. Cross Street is Lake.
Good job.
And I'm going to address.
See you guys. I got it.
I have
I
specific
don't
dates here.
remember if you gave me your card or not. I can't find it. I wanted to send you the information that I developed
On
on Tri
345,
Cities
41, a homeless trespass went into my backyard at my
and what
address.
the city said.
And EPD responded, and I asked
Yeah,
for
I'd
a
appreciate that.
criminal trespass ticket to at least be given, and that was not given. I demanded.
All right, let's go.
On 4/2/21, a motorcycle was riding in the sidewalk.
Okay, thank you. Have a nice evening. All right. Can only belt out so much in 3 minutes. Dwight, you lowered my blood pressure tonight, seeing you sitting there when I came in here. It's so nice to be greeted by an adult who is cordial and respectful and just an all-around good guy.
I get love, I give love, and it's there.
And it works out great for everybody. And we're friends, and
Yep.
it's just a better world, right?
Amen.
Are those two little punks still working here? He just shook his head no. Hallelujah. Have a good night, Dwight. See you next time. My car is full of flowers. They cheer me up. Echo chambers are good. Did I get that microphone right where it needed to be? Look, I got some pretty stuff. Oh. But yeah, it's been a grueling day. Indeed it has. So, those two punks from Allied Health are no longer working there. So, that's a bonus. I like Dwight. He's a good dude. He knows how to talk to people. He knows not how to be an asshole to the homeless. This place is a mess. They claim they have so many good things going on. yada, yada, yada. So, the bottom line is, All Health isn't doing their job. This Tri-City homeless thing they got going on over here is a mess. And that's through the county. And now Shelly and Gino are I don't know what's gonna happen, you guys. I don't know. I can't predict what's gonna happen in the next hour with what goes on out here. So they're trying to run with their camper so it doesn't get towed. We think they're over in Denver. I'm not gonna be able to see the screen if I put my sunglasses on. I would love to go on the record, and I need to sign up for the 5 minutes and go, you know what, we don't need government for this bullshit. I couldn't care less if I didn't have government drawing a path for my bicycle on the road. I'm gonna figure that out. I'm gonna figure that out on my own. And even all these paths that they draw on the roads, AKA bicycle lanes, are still getting people killed. And people just want more of it, just more of it. You heard Gary talk with the sign. He brought that broken sign pointing out the bike lane. Somebody ran into the sign. Everybody just wants more government fixes. I don't. I would survive. I would survive with just my state and U.S. Constitution that defined my country, and I would figure it out, and so would everybody else, believe it or not. Free people don't ask for permission. There was so much more I wanted to say. When I ride my bike wherever the hell I want to ride my bike, because I'm smart like that. I can figure out where I'm gonna be safe to ride my bike. I don't fucking need government to tell me where to ride my bicycle. I don't need government to supply me with a park or a golf course or a library. I don't need government to do that. And some of these people in that room begging for this agenda to use government to solve these social ills, don't complain when they're at your door doing the shit they're doing. People are pissed. The government has come in and decided what's best for neighborhoods, scraping homes, trying to build affordable housing, and to beg for more interventions of how to make that happen in a more sane way. It just doesn't mesh. It doesn't mesh. Blue Unicorn, thanks for being in here. Sorry if your battery's dying. I just simply want to get these folks in a better position. Some of them want to choose to be on the streets, and I don't have a problem with that. They can come to my house, they can fill up my lot, they can park where they need to park to survive. We will all get along, but they don't do that. They go into areas where they try very hard not to piss people off or take up parking, or too many of them accumulate too much trash. However, at least they're doing it in areas where they're not pissing off whole neighborhoods. People just cannot take the time to go out and understand what's going on and look at the failures. I don't know what to say. Today's been a disaster. I said what I could from the heart and soul. That's all I got for today. I got to go play with these flowers for a little bit and have a good time with my flowers. They'll soon be coming for your guns. Well, they already are. They already are. Come take them. See what happens. Come take them. You're going to see people that you never even knew existed in this fine country. Government is in total failure. Total failure. And here's another little tidbit of information. I left the Libertarian Party. The Libertarian Party of Colorado has decided to partner with the Colorado GOP in running candidates in nonpartisan races. Because, you know, the GOPers have such a insatiable appetite for less government and more freedom. So I had a big kerfuffle with my party, and I've since left it. And I'm probably never going to vote again, to be honest. People, you can argue this, you know, if you don't vote, somebody's going to vote for you. They're going to get chosen for you, blah, 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 blah. I used to say, you know, elections have consequences. It's all a sham. It's all a fraud on the people. And look how fast government can take a whole nation and tell you, you're all gonna die if you don't wear a mask. Boom, results. It's just, there's like no hope to limit government. Clinton hasn't voted since he was 18. Elections are mostly rigged. Just like this whole recall thing that they got going on. So what the woman was telling me when I was walking in, one of the women working the recall effort, they get X amount of time to file a protest to it. I'm not familiar with the process in what the protest has to entail, but apparently they hired some outside agency, right? I'm sure there's no connections, right? Some outside mediator agency to come in and review the process of how the signatures and everything were verified. Well, apparently this person, whoever they are, found some discrepancies in how the Englewood city employee in the clerk's office handled something. So they're going to have a hearing on Friday. Any bets on how that turns out? Yeah, we'll see. All these people are doing is vying for their next seat for political fodder. That's all they're doing. Meanwhile, a nation continues to get defined on how it treats its weakest, sickest, and poorest. And we let government pick winners and losers. We've seen them all over my channel get to pick and choose who lives and dies. I don't want my homeless friends dependent on government. I really don't. I want to do everything I can to empower them to do for themselves. But too many of them are elderly, sick, not able to do it. And I don't have the millions and millions of dollars it would take. What kind of services were the homeless people looking for? That's what the mayor, that was his question. What kind of services? Oh, they just wanted to know when some potholes were going to get fixed, and, you know, they were most curious about National Night Out so they could go mingle with the cops. Kind kind of curious about, you know, zoning. If they could maybe check into some zoning regulations and ask for permission to maybe go mow somebody's lawn. Yeah, those kind of services. Those kind of... I just... I don't know. That's all I can do, right? These are the things that I just go through my mind constantly. How old is that mayor? Note? I don't know. 40-ish, maybe? Maybe. I mean, old enough. I didn't even get into the towing stuff. The contract they have with Dick's. We were talking about that prior to the meeting over in Denver. That impound lot in Denver is full of people's RVs and property. And they don't want to tell me what they're doing with it. Over here in Englewood, they give a private company, Dick's Towing, just this blank contract. Here, just go tow. We'll pay you $10,000 to do with the property, whatever you want. Whatever you want. So far, I don't know of any campers that have been towed recently over here. However, that one little camper over by the police department is still sitting over there. The records request in Sheridan? Which one? For the judge? For the transcript? No, nothing. Nothing. There's a fire truck going right over there. Let's drive over here by the police department. I want to show you that little camper again. And it's still there with that notice. And I've been watching it. I've been watching it. I've been over there every day. I don't know if this is some kind of like decoy trailer. I find it exceptionally odd that it's sitting over by the police department. But it almost looked like that notice on it was gone. Some kind of gathering out here in the parking garage. Probably the people playing the pianos. This phone does not like to sit in this phone holder. The reason Sean Lewis doesn't want to hold All Health accountable is because he's going to have to hold his chief of police accountable. And they're buddies. They're busy making all these cute little videos about alternative policing programs and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And they're in charge of that all health contract over there at the police department. That's the other kicker. You saw that the other day. How that went when I went to file that complaint with Ed. Was that his name? Ed? Whoever that guy was from Internal Affairs. Wanted to, tell me how things, they're working. They're working. Which, by the way, I haven't heard back from him. Left him my all my contact information. Haven't heard back from him. Don't expect to. You didn't hear a word I said. Yeah, this little camper right here. This cute little camper had a temp tag stuffed in it. Somebody's home. Was. Who knows? It's just odd that it's sitting here by the cop shop. They don't typically do this. However, I don't even know, how it got here to begin with, so. It's interesting. There's a wheelchair from Swedish over there. Maybe it's not from Swedish. No, it's still on here. So yeah, this notice, their nuisance notice. So I was just waiting for, Dick's should be coming to steal this property, right? There's a report and everything. Is this a police report? 23-04353. I don't know what this is. It says Englewood PD, EPD. We need to get that case report on this. What else does it say? I haven't seen one of these little unlawful to park on city streets with no valid license plates. Unlawful to park a trailer on city streets unless attached to a vehicle. Oh, the officer's name is right here. Hume. Hume. Huh. So this notice was put on here 6/14 at 18:45. So is this a 72-hour? Yeah, it says right here. It is presumed that a vehicle is abandoned if left standing unattended for longer than 72 hours. Shit. Okay, you see that. I put that back on there. So I wonder if Englewood arrested somebody that was in here. Why would they come over here to get arrested? Or did somebody tow it over here? Well, this is interesting. That's actually a ring. I'd like to help whoever this belongs to. Because if they're in jail, and they get out, and this is gone, but I don't know. So I guess I'm going to have to go request the police report, but any bets they're not going to give it to me? Yeah, they're not going to give it to me. This is an active investigation. This is an ongoing case. Yeah, so there you go. I don't know. So, that's the scoop. What do you make of it? I don't know if that little Ring camera thing was on there the other day. Is that a little cop trap, you think? Drugs inside? They want to see who's going to enter it. Why not just put cops inside? I'd attempt it. No, mommy, that would not be very ethical of me to do. I think I am going to vie, though, for them to just leave it alone. They're going to give it to Dick's. How do I get it? I mean, if it's been considered abandoned after 72 hours, why can't the Englewood Police Department just write me a release? You're right. Thanks for getting me thinking about that. Have an aroma of donuts coming from the trailer. Oh, you guys are funny. All right, well, pig wagon. Did it smell like bacon? Judith, I wonder if the chief, Ian, and council officials wake up at night sweating from their nightmares of Regan. I doubt it. Sean Lewis, he's not a horrible city manager, but as city managers go, okay? I mean, he chose to come over here. Yeah, he knew what he was walking into over here. I could go on, but I'm not gonna. All right, Amanda, good night. Thank you for being in here. I really appreciate it. I could just keep going on and on. I need to stop. I need to shut my brain off and go play with the flowers like I said I was going to do. All right, you guys, thank you very much for being in here. Thanks for going along to City Council, and we'll see what tomorrow brings. Bye, guys. Mwah.